While millions of people scream at their TVs, destroy friendships over scores, and feel emotionally crushed because strangers lost a game, you feel nothing. No excitement, no heartbreak, just silence. And here's the part no one tells you. Neuroscience says your brain isn't broken, it's wired differently. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why not caring about sports might be one of your biggest psychological advantages. Not caring about sports doesn't mean you lack passion. It doesn't mean you're boring, and it definitely doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means your brain resists systems that hijack most people emotionally. And once you see how deep this goes, you'll never question yourself again. Humans evolved as tribal creatures. For thousands of years, belonging to a group meant survival. Your tribe protected you, hunted with you, kept you alive. Sports are modern tribes, just with jerseys and billion-dollar branding. When fans watch their team, their brains release oxytocin, the same bonding hormone released when you hug family. Their brain literally treats athletes as kin. That's why they say we won or we lost. But here's where you're different. People who don't care about sports tend to have lower tribal dependency. Your identity isn't tied to a logo or a crowd. You don't need us versus them to feel whole. Research shows non-sports people display significantly less tribal bias, meaning your brain doesn't automatically divide the world into teams. You define yourself internally, and psychologically, that's rare. Sports don't just entertain, they hack the dopamine system. Every play, every possession triggers anticipation. That feeling before opening a gift, fans experience it hundreds of times per game. Brain scans show watching sports activates the same reward centers as gambling. Why? Intermittent reinforcement. If outcomes were predictable, sports would be boring. The uncertainty is the addiction. But your brain doesn't fire that way. Studies suggest genetic variations in dopamine receptors influence whether someone enjoys spectator competition or finds it pointless. Your reward system doesn't get highs from watching others win. It seeks dopamine elsewhere. Your indifference isn't a flaw, it's resistance. There's a psychological concept called burgeoning, basking in reflected glory. When a team wins, fans say, "We won." When the team loses, they lost. That pronoun shift isn't accidental. It's subconscious self-protection. People who don't obsess over sports tend to have a stronger internal locus of control. Your self-worth doesn't rise and fall based on outcomes you can't influence. You don't need borrowed victories to feel successful. Your confidence is rooted in your own reality, your skills, your growth, your life. That emotional stability isn't common, it's cultivated. Here's the myth. If you don't care about sports, you lack empathy. That's false. Psychology talks about empathy allocation. Everyone has limited emotional bandwidth. Sports fans invest empathy into parasocial relationships, one-sided bonds with people who don't know they exist. You prefer reciprocity. You invest emotionally where it matters. Relationships, ideas, art, growth, deep conversations. A 2021 study found people with low sports interest scored higher in openness to experience and intellectual curiosity. You're not cold, you're selective. Sports provide ready-made meaning. Underdogs, comebacks, rivalries, a narrative without participation. But for you, that feels hollow. Why invest emotionally in outcomes you can't control, involving people you don't know, in games that don't affect your real life? You prefer direct engagement over parasocial escape. Psychologists call it flow, total absorption. Fans find it by watching. You find it by doing, building, learning, creating, experiencing life firsthand. You're not a spectator. You're the main character. People who don't obsess over sports consistently report feeling more present in their own lives. They're not spending hours emotionally invested in someone else's struggle. They're engaged in their own. While others are devastated by a loss they can't control, you're focused on things that actually move your life forward. This is active engagement, not passive consumption. And psychology is clear. People who live this way often experience deeper fulfillment. So if you've ever felt out of place because you don't care about the big game, remember this. You're not missing out. You're not broken. You're not boring. Your brain just prioritizes meaning over noise, control over chaos, and reality over spectacle. You're playing a different game, one with real stakes. And if this resonated with you, it's because you process the world differently than most people. That's exactly who this channel is for. Subscribe. We explore the psychology others never question.